And it's not that I found out lots of other things about myself, but the things I knew got really, 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 really deep.
Even though as a person I might not be all together all the time, there's ways to work around it. There are workarounds, and I can get better.
It's definitely made me understand that I have a lot more to give. It's a practice of unifying the body and spirit through the mind.
I mean, there are styles of yoga where when the class starts, you go and do a handstand first thing. That is not my style of yoga. So I always start classes with a period of silence. And the style of yoga I teach, which I should say is Iyengar style yoga, and it's known for allowing people to become very, very strong. Kind of pushing up against an intermediate class, which would involve a lot of inversions like headstands, handstands, shoulder stands. I think some of the stuff you saw in Melanie's Ashtanga class. Oh, I was in a big car wreck. If it hadn't been for that accident, I'd still be running marathons, ultra marathons, doing triathlons. I would just be doing all that obsessive compulsive stuff I did a long time ago. My chiropractor, she said to me, Scotty, I think you might try yoga. And I said to her, Claire Marie, you've got to be kidding me. I said, I can't imagine a more dull, boring thing to do with my time. But as luck will have it, about a month later, I took my first intro yoga class. And I left that class an hour later feeling better than I had felt in years. But as I got to doing yoga, it brought in certain elements of humility, patience. Oh, patience. And it's actually provided me with one of the most valuable things, in particular teaching yoga, not so much doing it, but teaching it. I finally learned through teaching how to get out of my own way. But I think historically, yoga is about really learning to be in deep relationship with yourself, because then you can also be in deep relationship with somebody else. But it doesn't work the other way. It's got to start with you knowing you. And yoga helps you know you better and deeper.
I was looking for a way to work out because I had tendonitis in both my hands and was very frustrated by going to the gym because I couldn't pick up the weights, so I had to ask some dude to pick them up for me, and that was like really disabling feeling, so I stopped working out, tried to go back to martial arts, and that didn't really work. So then this guy I was dating mentioned that yoga was a good place. It also, more than that, I felt really disabled with having tendonitis. I felt like I couldn't be myself. I couldn't be all of myself because I couldn't throw punches anymore, or I couldn't draw for 16 hours in a day. Just something I couldn't do anymore. And as an artist, that was like petrifyingly scary, to the point that I just shut down and did anything that was overly difficult. And in yoga, it was okay if I couldn't do anything. No one cared. No one looked at you twice, and it was all right if you failed, as long as you put some kind of effort into it. And once I realized that it's okay if my body isn't 100%, that it's something that my body can work on, and I can get stronger.
I think this was the first time I did it. I was at a camp. We'd go as kids, and then people who are now my age, they would be the counselors there, and they would share what they loved about life. We'd be all tired after a long hike, and we'd go straight to yoga class, and all of us would be like, oh, really? We have to like get even more tired, but afterwards we'd just feel so much better and energized. Originally, I felt like I needed to exercise in a good way that's not going to mess up my body, and I've been known to get involved in a lot of extreme sports that mess up my body. So, and the more I started exercising, I realized like I really need a good environment to exercise in, because that's a very important part of life to me. I feel like it's, if I'm gonna do that, I have to be very in touch with my spiritual progress. So basically in yoga, you have to accept your own body for its limitations and it's also its benefits. Surrendering when it's too much, recognizing that, yeah, I'm not perfect, but yeah, I'm really strong to say, yeah, it's too much and this is a good choice to make. And that letting go of that preconceived rule that you have to be the best or be exactly like everybody else, that's one of the most important key aspects of doing a yoga practice, is surrendering to the fact that you as a person, whoever you are, whatever you'd like to do, it's fine, it's great, regardless of whatever limitations is there.
The idea is to take the yoga from your sticky mat, from your class, take it out of the studio, and for the rest of the day, until the next time you come to yoga class, you're doing yoga. You know, because the attitude, the spirit, the compassion, the patience with yourself and other people, the tolerance of yourself and other people, the ability to get along and see commonalities with other people is really what yoga's about. It starts and it's for the rest of your life. It's all yoga.